everybody, it's Christy back with another video, and my daughter is here with me today. Say hi.
Hi.
And we are going to unbox, I think, the last Scrawlrbox.
Really?
Yeah, I think this is the last one. So I canceled my Scrawlrbox subscription, I believe, in August. Well, because we're overloaded with art supplies. Look around the room.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Very true.
I think that I want to start to actually dive into some of what we have a little bit more. So at this point, the only unboxings we'll be doing are Sketchbox and maybe some old Muse kits, because we have some of those, and the Emma Craftimo boxes, though I need to really get back to doing those. I'm several months behind. But this is our final Scrawlrbox for now. I probably will keep an eye on Scrawlrbox because I know their 100th box is coming up soon, and I probably will sign up at least to get that one. I have some Scrawler points I can use for that. And I definitely want to see what they're going to do for box 100 when we get there. But let's see what's inside. Let's see what happened for July. It is actually still July, and I'm getting this. So Scrawlrbox's times and
Which one is
delivery
it?
times. Hold on. This is the July box. So their delivery times have been a little bit better than they were previously, and I have been getting them on time. So that's been nice. Let's see if this is a good box with a good value.
Sticker.
Ooh, okay. Oh, lots in here.
Ooh.
Viviva.
Sticker.
I see Viviva things. Okay.
Ooh.
Hold on. Let's take everything out.
What is that?
What is that of the box?
This is a piece of watermelon sour bubble gum.
All right, hold on one second. We're not there yet. I do want to take a second and just talk about the inside of this box. I think this is the same as it's always... I think this is the same that it's always been, but it's just pretty. The inside of these boxes is really cute. So I just thought I would show that off cute, since we're not going to have a lot of Scrawlrboxes going forward anymore. All right, so let's start with the zine and the artwork. I always like to start in those places. So we have Baba Yaga here, which is the hut on Fowl's Legs. If anybody is a fan of Modest Mussorgsky's pictures at an exhibition, there is a piece of music called The Hut on Fowl's Legs, which represents Baba Yaga, who is a fairy tale chicken house with legs. And Baba Yaga is the grandmother that lives there. Anyway, I might be messing the story up a little bit, but that piece of music and in general, pictures at an exhibition is a favorite of mine. And my daughter's showing off where the sticker is from. That's a cool sticker. Definitely going to snag that one for something fun. The artist this month is Steph Pardo, and they are an illustrator and potter from the UK whose love is telling stories through creative, wonderful art. That's amazing. And this is such a beautiful, colorful, watercolory, just neat picture. The line work is absolutely phenomenal. Really, really love what she's doing here. So I'm definitely going to be following along with her, and I suggest that you do the same. We have the Scrawler zine, which has a totally different kind of pattern on it, but it all screams watercolor, and I kind of saw that it's Viviva, so I am excited about that. I like the Viviva products. Oops, don't open till we open the products. This is another, I think, piece of artwork by her. It's
It's a postcard.
But I definitely think she designed it, the artist, Stephanie Pardo, because it looks very similar. They do, but I think they're guinea pigs, because she said at the bottom of the letter there about guinea pigs. And this is a little postcard, so it's cool that we have a postcard that we could send to somebody. All right, so we have a Viviva set of watercolors here. Watercolor set with Scrawlrbox, 8 colors. It says this watercolor set belongs to, and then you can put your name. Little card to swatch on, and look at that. We have 8 colors, and the colors are cinnamon, mango, opera, alizarin crimson. It's interesting that that's called cinnamon. Does everyone see that? Interesting. Viridian, deep blue, violet, and burnt umber. So an interesting arrangement of colors. Like I said, I'm not sure about this guy that they're calling cinnamon. It kind of looks beigey, but not bad. And I have seen these little cork palettes before. I have not had one of these. I have the Viviva color sheets, but really nice little booklet, and Viviva always does a great job with packaging. So that's very exciting. We have a Pitt Artist fine liner in 0.7. So kind of a chunky fine liner here.
We have a Scrawler, number 8 Scrawlrbox angle brush.
Yep, looks like an angle shader. Don't put that back on it once you take it off. And I'm just going to put it right up to the camera so they can see it. Looks pretty good. Looks nice quality. I'm talking about paper.
And there's Scrawlrbox A5 watercolor paper. 8 sheets of it.
And it says here.
It's 190 GSM and 100% wood free.
Yeah, 100% wood-free bleached chemical pulp. That's very interesting. And then it says CP, which should be cold press. And then it says not. So is it hot press? Is it not cold press? It feels like cold press paper. Let's do a little investigation in the zine to see if it tells me a little more about the paper.
Looks like it too.
Yeah. So let's see. It says 8 sheets of acid-free 100% wood-free bleached chemical pulp paper. I don't know what that means. Is there a little more explanation here about the paper? But I do love the tips. That's a really pretty color palette. I am excited to play with that. I'm not sure because it doesn't look like cinnamon.
Oh yeah, she did create that postcard.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, here's the kaleidoscope artwork. Let's see if we know anybody here. I don't see any names that I know, but now there's some new people that I can follow on Instagram, which is always very exciting. And here's the top 3. Gotta love
so
those.
pretty.
That is really pretty.
Cute birdie.
And yeah, it doesn't say anything else about the paper. I'm very interested in the way that that is labeled because it just seems, it just seems different. Okay, so is there, I don't know if there's a challenge or something, but we are going to swatch these out and make some art, and we will tell you what we think of this box. The last Scrawlrbox, everybody. Oh, the last Scrawlrbox. All right. For now. We will be back with some swatching. right, so these are our maps. I think they turned out so cool. My daughter is doing a tape reveal right now. When you do it, just pull it away from the piece so that it doesn't rip. But yeah, we had a ball doing this. It was such a fun time. And she's just gonna take her tape off and then we'll talk about each map. I don't know that yeah, but it's okay. It didn't get into your artwork, which is good. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about the Scrawlrbox in general and if it's worth it.
I think it is.
I do think this one was very worth it. I am.
That's really, that's cute.
Yep, I am at a point where I am kind of ready to move on from Scrawlrbox, but overall, I think it was really good. So I'm gonna give you the rundown on what I did, and then she can kind of tell you about hers. So I just kind of tried to draw a little bit of like a realistic fantasy map, and then I included some areas with some funky, like purple and pink, I don't know, flowers or trees.
And that pretty old teal.
And then this is a mountain range here. We've got a desert in the middle.
Yeah, that looks like a desert from a satellite photo.
Yeah, so, and then so we've got some mountains down here. I might actually go in and provide more detail with the fine liner, but I just really liked right where it was here, so I kind of stopped. But in the comments below, you can tell me.
Volcanoes.
Yeah, there are volcanoes on these islands. So yeah, you can tell me in the comments below, do you think I should leave it like this? Or do you think I should do something more with it? And then my daughter's map, man, she just had the most creative fun time. I want her to talk about it.
So this is just, I made my island like a humble jumble of all sorts of things. And I guess the first thing we'll start off with is the islands here that are, well, the islands away from the islands, you know. First I did a cheese island. It's supposed to look like cheddar cheese, but for some reason I put holes in it. I don't know why.
'Cause it's fun?
True.
What else you got?
I got a bone island for no reason. Really? I got a macaroni island. It just looks like a little piece of macaroni here. And then I have a fish island and a dog island that are on, well, that's kind of connected to it. And then I'll just start at the very top. The very top section, like over here, is like, I made it kind of like a whack-a-mole section. I don't know. And then I made this just a cute little, like, meadow with, like, giant mushrooms and a lake. I don't know what I was thinking.
You were thinking you wanted to have fun, and she was inspired by the shapes inside the map with the rice, which is so cool. And she did all these really cool things.
Over here is, like, the video game section. I put a little game controller. Might be hard to see, but I put a tiny little Nintendo Switch up there that's connected to a little link hat. If you been on this channel before, you might know we like video games here. Probably. And then there's a big Mario hat, I should say. I just had this leftover little space. So these are just two lakes are just like their own thing with like this meadow with a green river in the middle for some reason.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. This is supposed to be a big forest with a lake in it. This is like fishing land. There's a minnow, a worm, a fishing line, a lake, a boot because I always need boots when I'm fishing. And then I made like a little dog treat because I love dogs. It says woof, obviously. Also some more video game things. One of our new favorite video games is this game on the Switch on the Nintendo called Marvel It Up. So I do a little course from it. It's not an actual course, but like I just made my own thing and then
scoot that up a little bit so it's on camera.
Oh yeah. And then I do a little golf section because I'm into golf. This is basically like Christmas Land with a candy cane. Oh, with a candy cane and some pine trees that were white. This is also like more video game stuff. It's from A Link to the Past. We got, which is for some reason connected. This thing here, it's like a flower. It was gonna be an island, but it ended up getting connected to this piece, which I don't care. This is a big desert with some cactuses and some palm trees that I drew on after the fact, with some bushes and stuff. It's supposed to be like a little oasis. Did I miss anything?
Just the the pool in the middle?
Yeah, and I made like it's supposed to be like a gigantic pool area where this is like a little hot tub. Right there. This is the deep end.
They can't see it.
And this is the shallow end.
There you go.
And there's water slides to going to each thing. But, oh boy. Yeah, that was my piece.
So yeah, so I love how they both turned out. I love how she was inspired by the shapes to do all of these cool, fun things. So that was really, really fun. So let's now talk about pricing. Okay, so is this box worth it? Well, I paid $28 for this box, including shipping. Scrawlrbox values this box at $32.52, which is a good value. My value comes out to $27.01. The main difference, because the paints were worth it, that Viviva makes really quality watercolors. I have a lot of their watercolor sheets already, so I know that I like what they do. So that's not a concern. The Pitt Artist Pen was great. The brush was a really quality brush. All of that's fine. But this watercolor paper price of $9 for non-cotton watercolor paper, I'm going to say is absolutely outrageous in my opinion. Strathmore's 400 series, which is non-cotton watercolor paper, but probably the nicest non-cotton watercolor paper I have worked with, I can get for $382. Now, I gave them the $555 list price on that paper just to be fair, to get to my $27.01. So I think this box was worth it. I'm not sure that that paper choice was necessarily what I would make, though I didn't mind the paper. I'm just saying I wouldn't pay $9 for that paper whatsoever. But overall, for $27.01, you also get a sticker, a booklet, a candy. We got a postcard this time and a really nice art print. So when you put that all together, it's not a bad price. I'm more frustrated with the fact that I feel Scrawlrbox has become a little too formulaic for me. It feels like we get this box actually feels a little bit different with the watercolors than some of the others. A lot of the other ones feel like we get 3 pens, a fine liner, and something to write on a lot of the time. So I am sad to see Scrawlrbox go, but I'm also excited for upcoming things on the channel that we're going to do with that money that I was using to get Scrawlrbox. So we say farewell to Scrawlrbox today. I do think I might try to grab the box 100 when it comes out just to see. But in the meantime, we will continue with some of the other art boxes on the channel, and we will be doing some really cool, I have some really cool video plans for fall and winter time this year. So stay tuned for all of that. And what did you guys think of this box? Like I said, and should I change my map? Should I write more on it or line more on it or do something with it? Let me know all of that in the comments below. And that's going to be it for me today. Hopefully this inspires you to get out some rice and paint yourself a fantasy map. And we will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.